Hello everybody, welcome to Amar's Game Chat. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I am Amar, and today is a very special day. In case you all did not know, today is July 17th, 2025, which is Donkey Kong Bonanza release date for the Nintendo Switch. So, I just wanted to do a unboxing video for the game, as I have the game right here, and the Donkey Kong and Pauline Amiibo, which is very, very cool. We also have Diddy Kong just sitting right here, just looking at us unbox the games. But yeah, I just wanted to do this unboxing. You know, I haven't really done a game unboxing in a little bit. Obviously, I did an unboxing for the Switch 2, but besides that, I haven't really done many game unboxings. I think probably the last one I did was for Echoes of Wisdom last September. So it's been a little while, but this game definitely deserved it. I just wanted to do, you know, give it the praise and love that it deserves, because this game, I think it's gonna be one of the best games I've ever played. And I know that sounds like maybe hyperbole or, you know, something like that, but I do think it's gonna be one of the best games that I will ever play, or at least have played up to this point in my life. So I just wanted to do an unboxing for it. So we can move Diddy Kong right there. But yeah, and I also got the Amiibo just because, you know, if you're gonna get Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think the Amiibo is gonna be really cool too. It gives you a costume in the game for, I believe, DK and Pauline. So yeah, I figured it would be a good addition to the Donkey Kong Bonanza unboxing and just having it in general. So we will start with the game first, just because, you know, obviously it's Donkey Kong Bonanza. You know, it's right here, Donkey Kong Bonanza. The game, sorry about that. The game logo, or not the game logo, the game and name logo, E10, you know, for everyone 10 and up. It says Donkey Kong Bonanza on the side. Obviously, it is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, which is very, very cool. And then we got the Nintendo logo right there. And then on the back, it says a groundbreaking adventure. And then I believe that is probably French, but it says a groundbreaking adventure. Explore wild worlds and find golden bananas. Pauline sings, Donkey Kong transforms. You can do up to 2-player co-op, like there was in Super Mario Odyssey. So one player controls Donkey Kong, other player controls Pauline. And then there is a Donkey Kong Studio, you know, a DK Studio mode that you could use and create different pieces of art. So it says paint and sculpt using mouse controls in DK Artist mode, which is very, very cool. That is very, very awesome. And then obviously we have some art from the game. So we have the same art, and I believe that is also the main key art, but we have that art right here. So same art that's on the back or on the front of the Amiibo. It's on the back of the game. We have Kong Bananza, which is, you know, the upgraded Donkey Kong, in my opinion. You know, the Kong upgrade. They talked about that in the direct, which is very cool. Then we have 3 different screenshots right here. So I believe it shows the 3 different Bonanzas. So we see the ostrich Bonanza right there. We see the Kong Bananza, and then the zebra Bonanza, which is very cool. And then you just see that it is 1 to 2 players in TV and tabletop mode, and 1 player in handheld. It supports the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller and Amiibo. And yeah, and then we have a bunch of different languages that is also featured in the game. But yeah, you know, ever since that direct, you know, I was really excited for the game even before the direct aired, but ever since that direct on June 18th, you know, I think my excitement just, it exploded, or, you know, it went up so many different levels. You know, this game is really, I think it's gonna be really, really, really good. You know, I have Super Mario Odyssey, so, and then, well, obviously I have Super Mario Odyssey, but Super Mario Odyssey was my favorite game on the Nintendo Switch, so obviously this game has, I think, a lot to live up to just based on that. But, you know, I could easily see this game becoming my favorite ever on the, at least, you know, ever game in general, but at least my favorite on the Nintendo Switch 2. So yeah, it looks very, very cool. The cover art looks very cool. And then on the inside, we have the cartridge. So Donkey Kong Bananza. We have the main art that we also saw associated with the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct as the back. So that's very cool. It is a red case, which is also very cool. And yeah, so Donkey Kong Bananza, the cartridge right there. Again, I'm very, 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 very excited for the game. Sorry, I don't think it's focusing properly. Okay, there you go. But I'm very excited for the game. We see that main art right there again. That's like obviously like on the Amiibo and on the back of the cartridge, back of the case as well. It's just so exciting. Donkey Kong Bananza. But then we also have the Amiibo. There's not really much on the back of Amiibos anymore, so it just says Amiibo. But we do have the Donkey Kong Bananza Amiibo, which is for Donkey Kong and Pauline. Maybe depending on obviously what happens in the game and everything, maybe we'll get Amiibos for like Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong and everything. But for now, we just have the Donkey Kong and Pauline duo Amiibo, which is very cool. I don't actually, thinking about it, they probably won't go back and do Amiibos for Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong just because obviously like the main use for this in game is the fact that you can get different costumes with the Amiibo, and obviously for most people that obviously I think that are buying these Amiibos, at least right now, you probably would have already finished the game by the time those like Amiibos would release. So, but I still think it would be cool if they went back and made those Amiibos. But here is the Donkey Kong and Pauline Amiibo. There you go, Donkey Kong and Pauline. You see Pauline right there, Donkey Kong right there. We see they're stepping on stone slabs, which is very awesome. This Amiibo looks really great. It's really detailed. We see Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong design. Obviously, the new Donkey Kong design is just throughout the entire game, but I really like this design as well. I think and then we found out like through the the developer interviews that the redesign that we've seen for DK over the last couple of years, that like this was the basis for it. Like obviously we saw the redesign in Mario Kart World and we saw the redesign during the Mario movie, but they started with the redesign in Bonanza, and they started development with Bonanza like in 2018 2019, at least like pre-production. So that's really cool. They've had this design for a long time, and it just very, very cool. Just very cool to think about. We have a fully new 3D Donkey Kong made by the Super Mario Odyssey team, which is something they confirmed a little bit, I think like maybe a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Again, that's also very cool. Again, Super Mario Odyssey is my favorite Nintendo Switch game, so having a new game from that same team is just really awesome. But that obviously is pretty much all I have for this unboxing. I don't really have much more to talk about right now. Again, I am very excited to play this game, very excited to continue playing this game, throughout the next maybe throughout the month, like next 30 days or so. I don't know how long it is, so, it could be like 30 hours, 40 hours in the main story, and then obviously the post game. So we'll get to see about that. But, I think it's really cool that this game came out, just a couple of weeks after the 1 month anniversary since the Switch 2 came out. I was planning to do a video on that, but, time ran out. We're obviously running very close now to, obviously, the Bonanza release date, but the Pokemon Presents next week, which I want to have predictions video for before my reaction on Tuesday, and then we possibly have a Nintendo Direct at some point this month. So I'm gonna try to find some time just to talk about the Switch 2 and my thoughts on it, the praises that I think it deserves and the praises I have for it. But I was planning to do that for the month, the July 5th, 1 month after the console released, but I ran out of time to be able to do that. But I will definitely still try to make a video like that in the near future. But again, I think it's really cool that Bonanza, is in its second month. We got Mario Kart World, and then we're gonna have Donkey Kong Bonanza. Again, probably I'm maybe I'm maybe I'm moving too quick on it, but probably at least my favorite game for this year, if not my favorite game for the entire generation, and obviously the console itself. But that is all I have for you all again today. So, got Diddy Kong right here. Diddy Kong. I'm very excited to, find where Diddy Kong is in the game. I don't think that we saw where like Dixie Kong and Diddy Kong are like doing like the Brambi racing in the game. So I think that's very cool, but I doubt that's like in every single layer. So I don't know when we're gonna meet them, but that's still very cool. And yeah, I don't. I'm rambling on now, but again, I'm just very, very excited for this game. I'm very excited to continue playing it again, and yeah. So I will see you all in the next one. I hope you all enjoyed this random unboxing video that I did for it. Again, I think this game definitely deserves like at least me to talk about it one more time before, obviously we go on to the Pokemon Presents and everything. I just want to talk about it at least one more time. If I find the time to do it, I want to do a review of this game. Again, it'll be like one of my first reviews that I ever did on this channel, but again, I'm speaking a lot. I think this game deserves it. I think this game will deserve a review, and I'm hoping a review that has a load of different and high praises for the game. But yeah, that is all I have for you all today. I hope you all enjoyed this short little video, and I will see you in the next one. So if you all are getting Donkey Kong Bonanza today or sometime in the near future, I hope you all have a great time with it. Put down in the comments below any thoughts you have on the game, maybe before you play it. If you're currently playing it, you can talk about it like that as well. But I will see you next one. So make sure to make you happy, because it rhymes with my former name, Generic Happy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. It's Donkey Kong Bonanza release day.